Hi guys, thank you for calling Polygamy Network. With 4 easy payments of $14.99, you too can set yourself a wonderful new wife packaged to you via, well, any kind of mail order package bride, I guess, if you want. The age limit is at least 18. By the way, my name is Nate. I will be your host today, and I am with and joined by JC over here. We are here. Welcome to the Polygamy Network studio.
Yo,
Rush of ideas and just imagination and chaos. You make things, you break things in the span of seconds just with your thoughts.
Kinesthetic style, but only within the mind.
Take a whole idea and deconstruct it and then rebuild it in a completely different way.
Swimming in chaos.
welcome to
I
Just
can't
even
with
myself.
right now.
Let's go.
The topic that we are talking about today is actually another one of my favorite topics that I like to
Yes.
play in my head around. The Purge. Imagine
The
if you were in it.
Purge.
What would you do? What would you make it? By the way, before I even continue with The Purge, do you think that there's a lot of... I feel like this film was thought of by an NFP who didn't really do their TI homework because there's a lot of questions that are left unanswered.
Hey, I didn't watch it.
So let me give you the premise, okay?
I know what it is though. The 24 hours, all crime is legal.
Yeah.
But I don't know the plot. I just know that.
Okay, so but
I
then
don't like
we can just
okay,
go off
I
of the
don't like
concept.
scary movies, and I know it's not a scary movie, but I don't like the mask stuff.
That's fine. That's fine. But like I said, like we mentioned, it's 24 hours, all crime is legal. And one of the questions, I was watching this video, and one of the questions were, what if this person died 1 minute before the time ended? So does that mean you're going to be arrested
Well, okay.
later?
What
or-
if you stab them and then you run away and then they die right when a minute after the purge is over?
Then that means you are arrested then for committing, right? So that means you commit all
But
your
you
murders in
did
the
it.
beginning.
But you did it while it was legal. Right?
So if you're a lawyer, call in.
Yeah.
Because-
Call in and let us know what happened.
Let us know that if the law actually makes sense, because for some reason the law isn't making sense to me.
Yeah. Okay, so barring the fact that there are logical inconsistencies, are the questions that we wrote down is would you take revenge? Would you barricade your house? Who would you trust? Would you go out into the world, or would you just...
That's the thing that I don't really understand. Like, of all things to think about when all crime is legal, your first instinct is to murder.
Yeah, I don't think it's not because that means that deep inside you wanted to kill them this whole time. I don't think I've ever...
They spend an entire year going like, so Margaret, I really like what you did with the place. One day later.
I don't think I've ever I don't think anyone would admit to it either, but I don't think I've ever wanted to kill someone even if it was legal. I wouldn't kill them.
I'm just imagining some really affluent society of just people being extremely fake with each other.
Well, yeah, because they're trying to get you to trust them so that when the purge happens, then they can just easily
I don't know, but that's a
backstab.
lot of work. That
Yeah.
feels like so
Honestly,
much.
it sounds like too
emotional
much work for that. Just
Why can't we
stop
just
talking to
loot?
them.
Or something. Like, if all crime is legal, is that seriously what we're gonna do? I wish I can't. Man, I'm also kind of really vanilla about crime too, because I feel like my biggest thing would be toilet papering a house and laughing about it, because I'm not the one that's gonna
honestly,
clean it up.
I think it would be the perfect time to overthrow the government, if anything.
Oh.
Like,
But the rule in the purge is you cannot hurt a government official.
what?
Yeah. And the government officials are the ones that are armed. And
What?
yeah. So they're there as basically your supervisor, like you're just standing there. You can't really do anything to them. But then you could cause a chaos.
Okay,
and they're
that
not
makes
gonna
total
stop.
sense. I was like, how would this movie make any sense? But okay, that makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense.
So I would probably, let's say, yeah, I probably would barricade my home. But it does speak a lot about who do you trust anymore? Like you love your friends for some reason, and the next thing you know, they just come over to your place and with an evil plan of trying to get you. It's like, seriously? So I guess if you're a hermit, is basically the answer to the purge.
yeah, I
be a
feel
social
like you'd
recluse.
have to be a lot more paranoid. You'd have to judge closely who you allow into your personal space. Who knows what exactly about you? Because
Also,
they
with the first
could-
movie, it's definitely not good to have a big house because you're basically creating a maze for yourself, like a fun house and crazy.
sounds kind of lit. But
Well, it is, but then because you haven't watched the movie, so there's a lot of pig masks.
that
coming
creeped
out
me
of
out so much
closets.
because it was like this, and then my chair just flicked into view. I was like, what in the
Like
world?
there's somebody behind you.
Ah.
Honestly, if there was somebody behind me, at least I'm not alone. It's like, so what do you really want out of the purge? I don't know, genuine human contact. That's what I
You're
want.
like, I wish someone would break into my house so we could hang out.
The desperate social recluse on the day of the purge
That
sits
is-
in his house with his doors unlocked. When people come in, they're like, "We're gonna get you." I'm like, "Please do."
That's so sad. I feel like
Why?
people would be like, I don't like the energy that we've created here, and they just leave you. Like they wouldn't even want to bother you. I mean,
would
if,
say though,
if
with
you're
the
gonna, if
film,
you're like that anyway, you might as well just pay people to be your friends, regardless,
oh yeah.
because they're coming in to steal your money, maybe. But
Okay, so first of all, spoiler alert. There's a gladiator situation, like a gladiator concert. I called it a concert because there's music, loud, lights, and
sounds fun.
people killing each other. So it's interesting to me because it's almost as if there is still some form of order within the chaos, which is not really funny because for a place that's supposed to be nobody's
That's
supposed to do
interesting.
anything.
Maybe it's a testament towards like regardless of how crazy things get, there will always still be some sort of order.
I guess in a way they devolve down or degrade themselves from a Graves level of anything above 4.
Yeah,
So
and
like
it just
the
goes,
3
it
and
drops.
the 2.
But it's
Yeah.
not like it's nothing. Like there can't ever be pure chaos, right? Because there will always be someone who is somehow better than someone else in some way, and they will take advantage of that, right?
Yeah.
Like always, like someone who's smarter, someone who's stronger, like they have the advantage.
Now, who do you trust is like a really interesting question of mine because you wouldn't. There wouldn't
Who
be
would
anyone
you
to trust.
personally trust?
To be, I wouldn't even trust my own fam. I don't think it's just not, especially not extended fam. My own immediate fam, I can because at least in my own household, they're all paranoid, so I feel like we're fine. I feel like mutual paranoia.
I feel
helps in
like
this regard.
it'd be but I feel like it'd be hard to be with some people where like I trust them, but they don't trust me to the point where they will sabotage me because they don't trust me.
Oh,
I feel like that is something that would probably happen, right? Like,
especially when you
like,
haven't even given them reason.
this
for
could
that
be
to
a whole movie where I don't know if it's in the movie, but you could like literally like we're working together and we get to the end and then like the other person is like about to shoot you and you're like why, and they don't trust you and they kill you and realize that you were on their side but they were too paranoid.
And then they start crying.
And then they kill themselves. And then you have Romeo and Juliet. Yeah.
Well, that's just depressing.
It is depressing. But yeah, sound off in the comments below. Wow, I've never said that before. I said that because you say that. Sound off in the comments.
Sound off in the comments.
That is disgusting. I regret everything.
No,
no, take it back. I'm gonna stop talking to you. Like even during our videos, I won't talk to you. I'm just gonna talk.
So like this camera, it just so happens to have my
Hello,
face next to it.
audience.
Yeah. So if you were in the, let's put it this way: if you were in the purge, I think I would fantasize about having a Home Alone situation. You know that movie Home Alone?
Yes.
Where
I thought it was a horror movie. Because
I think wasn't it a Christmas movie?
Yeah, but it sounds like a horror movie. It's called Home Alone.
That's
I was
true.
like, so I thought it was
yeah, that's true. Because you could have marketed it as You're Alone.
I really thought it was a horror movie.
Yeah.
And like I would see tweets about like,
happen.
how could you leave him alone with the neighbors? And I was like, there must be some haunted, scary. Anyway, sorry, whatever you were saying.
What's funny though about that is it really that bad? Like people make it sound like you're being alone in a big house is scary. I mean, yes, to some extent, but you're also become the king of your own home.
That's
What's
true.
wrong with that?
It's illegal, but it's true.
Right. But no, basically you would lay out a lot of traps. Like I would spend the week before the purge laying out my traps. I feel like that would have been, I would have so much fun.
I feel like you do the thing that you said for the zombie thing where you set up all the ropes and stuff.
Yes, and like the bean cans.
Yeah, I would just set up a security camera system, but you go off.
Well, here's the thing though, because with the zombie apocalypse, I'm talking about like the technological side of society going down.
Right, which makes sense.
But
actually,
here,
for
you
the
could
purge,
actually buy this.
Actually, for the purge, I feel like people would start to get rid of electricity and stuff to draw you out, or.
Oh yeah.
But I guess the problem with the purge is just like it's only 24 hours.
It's not long enough.
Yeah, like how much can actually? I didn't watch the movies, but like how much can actually go down in 24 hours?
And can you sleep? Would you be able to sleep?
I would want to sleep.
Imagine sleeping through the purge and just totally forgetting about it because you're just a nobody.
You just wake up the next day and you're like,
oh, everybody died. I guess that's the thing. Oh, you know what else is funny about time zones?
Oh, that's true. But it should all start at the exact same time everywhere, right? worldwide.
Yeah, well, because if you start at one end, it would be 1 hour over the other one, so they would already be starting.
No,
in
but
the East Coast.
they should start at the same, like, everyone right now we're all gonna start instead of like
Okay.
a time, right? Wouldn't that make more sense? What
So
about
it
the
would
movie?
be,
Was it
so
just
it wouldn't
like,
be exactly 24. Well, it'd be 24 hours, but it wouldn't be exactly on the dot of like a 10 p.m. for example. It would be like 12 a.m. for some of them.
yeah, that would make more sense, right? I think. But like, okay, how does it work in the movie? Like, what's the setting? Is it in America?
Technically, they don't talk about it. It's in America, but they don't talk about the time thing.
So do they kind of act like as though it happens in like one little
Yeah,
area?
they kind of focus it only in,
Okay.
I believe, it's either New York, Chicago, or any of the main cities.
That's interesting.
Or
I
LA.
might watch it one day. Probably
I think it
not.
was LA. Well, when you mentioned the technology thing, it was definitely a big thing that happened. Again, spoiler alert. So they have a really high security house, but they just cut off the electricity to get it.
Mm.
So that kind of kicks in into what it is and why. So in a way, I guess incorporate both practical and technological, like the analog digital techniques into your defensive. I mean, I don't build a trench. If I build a trench, make some little nice barbed wire situation going on. I mean, what else would you spend like your entire year before the next purge just preparing your house? Make a fortress. I don't know. Sounds like fun.
I mean, I would just go on a cruise. Like,
that's
take my boat out to the water.
Wait,
if I have a boat.
we didn't even address that. What if you were not in the country? What if you just leave?
What happens in other places?
Because it's only in America. That's the thing, though. It's only in America the purge happens.
Oh.
So you have Canada
then
over here. We're like just chilling.
Everyone could just leave for the 24 hours if you don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
I mean, so just take your important stuff. Maybe your house will get screwed over, but like when you come back, it's still yours.
Yeah, and you could sue the people who did it afterwards because everything's legal again.
In the movie, do they only show the 24 hours and then nothing like aftermath or?
A little bit of the aftermath. I would say that there's a lot of complications that they also didn't think about because.
Did you like the movies? What's your rating?
I do. I like the concept.
Wait, what about the first Purge? What rating? Wait, not like everything, like film, like the
because they did
storyline.
expand on the universe when the next, like the second Purge, two Purge, they kind of did.
How many are there?
It.
2, 3?
Like 4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
So the first one, I would say I would definitely enjoy the first one because they focused mainly on the house. They didn't focus on anything outside. So it was very like, this is in the background is this government rule that crime is legal for one day. But the actual setting is within the home of this people. So I would say
so
for
it
that,
followed
I gave
like
it,
one.
Yeah. So I would give it like 8, 9
out
of 10. I really did enjoy that because it gave more of a thrill rather than you have to think a little too much about it because nobody really had time to really analyze the situation when you're literally being chased by Pigface. But then Purge 2 and Purge 3, I would say maybe 7 or 8 out of 10.
I hadn't realized they made that many.
Well, yeah, they did. I would say it's a lot more fun too in the later ones because at that point in the game, at least how it is with me whenever I watch franchises like this, I care less about the plot and care more about the effects and the enjoyment of the ride.
Cinematography also.
Yeah, because obviously you're watching the next sequels because you enjoyed the first one. So you're basically you're only doing this for the brand.
Well, I always say like it's harder for a second movie to do well because the reason why there is a second one is because the first one was so good. It's hard to top a really good movie. So
I can't really. So I like to not even give myself space to think about criticizing it because if I did, of course it's not as good as first. Like I feel like it's
because I mean that's the way that these things go. Yeah. But it's still good in and
yeah, it's fun. I mean, visually fun movies like for example, Gods of Egypt. That was really fun to watch. Like visually, it's so much gold, so much flying, so much action. Like it's just dumb, stupid.
That's why I like stuff like Inception. Like it's so nice to look at.
Yeah.
Like Interstellar, just like it's beautiful. Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us on this episode. Sound off in the comments below for how you would deal with.
And before I forget, like and subscribe if you want us to keep making more.
Yes, do
Wives.
that. Wives? Okay, don't like and subscribe. We'll see you on our next video. We'll be joined with several of our wives hopefully soon.
I don't got nobody. I'm alone. Like and subscribe because I'm alone. That's in
case this wasn't clear, I am straight. In case that wasn't obvious from most of our videos, which I think it's not obvious from most of our videos.
You're straight and I'm alone. This is why. We need subscriptions. We need
Well,
friends.
okay, listen. We are both SX blinds, so like, what do we even know about how we experience
Relationship.
affection anyway?
Okay, yeah, but this is why we go
No.
for subscription count instead, right?
Okay,
Because
anyway, we'll see you on our next one. Bye.
bye.